These are always
good omens.
These are always good omens.
Some does walking across here. Didn't even look over.
I mean, in all reality, this is deer hunter's paradise. Sweat is real.
Still got batteries, 480 pictures on here.
There's only about 3 weeds here. Big Chris's food plot, but I mean, this is a clover chicory blend. I don't know if it's domain or evolved, or whitetail institute. I mean, it's one of the two. All right, guys.
Welcome to the Deer Shop Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company.
He went and watched a movie that has a $200 million production budget, and then the next thing he watched was our video on YouTube that has a $0 production budget.
This is the first buck I've shot in over 10 years.
Your track job was the first fun track job. That kind of like, I think part of my life was influenced by that night.
Then you miss him 3 times with a rifle at 70 yards on video for the whole world to see.
Yeah, that's what Caleb did. 5 years ago, we couldn't shoot a deer at 100 yards with a slug gun. Now you're shooting turkeys at 100 yards with a shotgun.
Joey takes
The shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave anything.
All right, guys. Deer Shop Podcast, episode 103, Beers and Deers. It's hot. It is
July 14th.
July 14th. Tuesday night?
Monday night.
Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Recording this one early this week. We're in the shop, drinking beer, talking about deer. Our original plan got folded because there was some stuff that happened. And I sent some texts out, and somehow, some way, I don't know how, Nick Schlauch showed up in the shop with a case of beer, and here we are talking about deer.
In the middle of July.
In the middle of July.
We can't get this in November.
Yeah.
You caught me at a weak moment.
I think we caught you because you're starting to get a little bit juiced up about deer season.
A little bit, but I really didn't want to work on shocks tonight because it's hotter than fuck out. So
I went and checked like 2 trail cameras real quick. I like moved them on the tree, and it's been so miserable in Ohio.
Anything good?
No. So like I checked a couple non-cells real quick. I had to move a couple cells that weren't doing it. I'm putting a cell at my farm up north on Wednesday morning. So I pulled one off the woods that was doing nothing.
Which one do you pull off?
The scrape. So I put that cell on the scrape on the north side, and it's been there for a week and a half and had 0 deer.
Yeah.
Literally 0 deer.
It's the worst scrape of all time.
Oh, it's fucking terrible. So I pulled that. I'm going to take that up north on Wednesday after work, stop in at my farm there. It's getting logged, but I'm still going to have a mineral lick out there, and we'll see. We'll roll with it.
Is there an established lick already
Two of
there?
them. There's 2 licks that have been there for 3 years each, so.
Perfect.
We have the licks. I haven't been in the woods since they've logged, so like there's a lot of trees around the lick and stuff that are going to be gone and new trails, and it's going to be a mess, but I'll check it out and get a camera. Who knows? There could be 200 up there.
Could be.
There was a good buck last year, but
More deer are showing up in Kentucky now.
yeah, finally slowly trickling in. I was laying in bed at work last night, and I went back to see like when the deer started really hitting our stuff in Kentucky.
July.
Well,
June.
we had cameras there in May, which I forgot about. So like we had
the Tacticam.
There was a camera on that lick in May.
Yeah, the Tacticam shitty quality. And there's good deer. I looked through I have an app that shows me like last year, 2 years ago, 3 years.
Yeah.
And there's good deer there now last year.
Yeah.
Going through it.
That one, the one that it might be out, I think he's like the second biggest one from down there, the big 8 with a little tiny G4 on the one side. He was one of the ones that showed up there early and then was in the beans a lot. Mm-hmm. We obviously haven't seen him.
I don't think we have a single deer from last year hitting the lick this year. They're all high and tight last year, and there's not a single one.
Yeah, like if you look at the antlers, there's nothing that like jumps out like, whoa, that was definitely that buck, which is just so weird because I don't think there's a lot of hunting pressure.
It's the food situation, though. It's the beans. There's no beans.
Yeah.
So there's
so
no
wherever
food.
the
They're
beans,
not going to come travel miles for a mineral lick when there's natural mineral licks in the mountains.
What's planted there now? Corn?
Nothing.
Oh, you have nothing.
They let the beans stand. Weeds grew up. Some beans fell off the pods and grew back up, but there's nothing. Barren wasteland.
which is weird because the beans that were there last fall were really good. Like I don't know why that guy, the farmer, I have no idea why he wouldn't have harvested them.
Me either.
They were very good.
The first
beans.
year were better than last year. Last year was okay, and then this year there's nothing. And I wish it was closer. So
is there any chance that he like drilled him in since then?
No, because I looked at Ethan.
There,
so Ethan took drone video, like panning over the fields. I looked at it, and there's like no tire tracks.
There's some 4-wheelers from the neighbors. The neighbor has permission to go ride around, check it because the property owner can't get down there anymore. Yeah. And it's just him going through the fields.
Have you talked to that neighbor guy lately?
I have not. I need to go stop. It's not the same guy that hunts it.
Okay.
It's a different guy. It's a guy right.
That guy that hunts it was always kind of like standoffish with us.
I haven't talked to him this year.
Yeah. Well, we're outsiders. And he hunts there.
I would be standoffish.
Yeah.
But Ethan's also.
I would beat your brakes off if some fucking douchebag come running around. Hey, could I hunt your spot?
But listen.
No, we're fighting.
The guy, Ethan's gone and talked to the landowner and spent more time with the landowner and the landowner's family than this guy has.
Yeah. Do you remember last summer I called the landowner, he didn't call. I texted him, he didn't text back, so I got concerned. I just did a Google search obituary, and I found someone with the same name as him died in the same town as him. Not a big town, but like a decent big town. And I called the neighbor. I was like, hey, did fucking Dave die? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'll have to go check on that. And then like Dave called me back. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I called the neighbor back again. He's like, yeah, I never went and checked. I'm like, you live 4 minutes from him. What do you mean? Like, okay, that's your priority is just hunt his land and not talk to him. So fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy for sure.
Yeah, Ethan's got a point.
That's what I'm saying. It just kind of sucks that we're used to our style hunting. So like we're on cameras all year, fall in love with mediocre bucks and hope they show up the next year. We've been doing that down there now for a few years, and there's no deer on camera right now that were any of the deer from last year. It's just strange. Like, how is that a thing?
Is the stuff that's grown in the field at least green? Like natural browse type stuff?
It's brown. It's like the table.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, that's bad.
But we could always just bounce over to the public land and hunt that.
I do have some non-cells over there.
Yeah. Luke, you made me put it in here, so I'll bring it up so you can rant for a minute.
All right.
Luke is a 4-H judge.
So Ethan actually joined me today.
Ethan and Luke are 4-H judges for like younger kids here in Medina County, 4-H. And he says that none of the kids showed up today for the judging.
No, half the kids for my project showed up, and like one third of Ethan's kids showed up, and I'm like, man, 4-H is dying.
Yeah, all of mine were first years. The first year in 4-H. The 9, 10, and 11 years old. Yeah.
Nothing.
So my wife's been bitching about that too all year, like going to the meetings. You know, say there's 40 kids that should be at the meetings, not even 50% are showing up to the meetings, and they have the rule. You know, you miss 3 meetings or whatever. You're
right.
But she's like, She's like, most of these people haven't even made 3 meetings all year.
Right.
And they're not enforcing it.
But
so it doesn't matter.
Well, the thing is, what does that teach your kid when you make a commitment and then you just never show up?
Yeah.
I mean, if your dad's a flaker, if your mom and dad is the kind of people that flake a lot,
that,
you are going to inherit that trait.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's a simple thing like 4-H just starts that stuff. You know?
100%.
It's okay to not.
I only had one kid shake my hand too.
I mean, I think it's terrible. When we were kids, 4-H was huge.
Yeah,
everyone.
There were so many.
We would
people
rehearse these interviews today.
I mean, we didn't really have a choice to do 4-H or not because, like, Uncle Charlie literally has a shrine at the fair for him dead 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we didn't have a choice, but there were a lot of our friends did it. And, like, I don't know. It's sad. So, like, the sprawl of agricultural dying, like, you know, the Cuyahoga County Fair is a joke and it's dead. Like, they had to bring cows in from other counties, that kind of thing. I don't want to see that start happening in Medina and then Lorain and then Wayne. Like, I don't want the sprawl. I don't know. It's sad to see farm culture die. That's all.
Well, I think it's not even just that. You're seeing kid involvement in activities die. So, like, you know, now it's you either play travel sports or you play no sports, basically.
Yeah, and that's
so
completely fucked up.
It's just kids' involvement in activities is dying.
Yeah.
You know, and lots to blame on the parents. The parents don't want to haul their kids to a hour-long 4-H meeting or whatever. You know,
it's terrible. I mean, farmland is dying.
Yeah, around here it's dying as fast as it possibly can.
All the big farms are becoming Ryan homes and Pulte homes and just huge developments.
I mean, what's unfortunate is like the 4-H like that we're involved in, that me and Ethan did today, isn't even farming stuff. It's just like still exhibits and leadership things and like anything 4-H other than like this isn't even the animals and all the farm stuff. This is regular leadership stuff that like kids should be going through, and they're just not doing it anymore. And I don't know what needs to happen, but like it's
the you can already see this is totally a non-honey subject, but who gives a fuck? You can totally see it with the young generation now. They aren't, I don't even know, for the lack of better terms, they're not ambitious as much. So like they're just very passive, timid, expect things to kind of happen for them, don't want to take risks. And that's the same thing as this. They're afraid to go to judging. I didn't get the project done. I'm just not going to show up. Like, that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And a lot of it is these 8 and 9-year-old kids, they walk around with cell phones. So, like, they'd rather bury their face in that cell phone than make a poster board for 4-H.
Yeah.
Like, all my daughter's friends, they got cell phones. My kid's, like, one of the only ones that doesn't. I'll be damned if my kid's going to be walking around at 8 years old with a cell phone.
Think about all the stuff that you've seen on your cell phone. She could see that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know.
Did you guys see Conor McGregor today?
No.
They have the ability to see that. He just showed his hog on the internet.
Conor McGregor showed his dick?
with a 5-pound weight attached to it.
Full crank? Really?
It's 2 of mine.
Wait, so like he was erect and holding the weight up?
With the weight tied to it.
And it was still hard? Holy shit.
Snorted a bag of Blue Chew.
Don't let my wife see that video. Christ, I'll be alone. Well,
but
see,
kids can see that. That's on Twitter for kids to see.
Shit, I'm going to look it up when we leave. Get off of that.
Someone find that right now, actually, while we're in the podcast.
That's impressive.
So the problem is, and this is, we are so far away from hunting right now, but the problem.
Hog curling 5 pounds.
I was talking about this while I was getting my hair done today, actually. The things that you can see on, Jesus.
that's rough.
It's bad.
8-year-olds can see that on Twitter. Just out there.
And that's the thing. The stuff that me and Nick had to fight to see when we were in high school. Like, if we wanted to see any of this stuff when me and Nick were in high school, we had flip phones and dial-up internet. If we wanted to see something crazy like that, we had to like go out and see it in real life.
Yeah.
Now you can just wake up. Your daughter's 9-year-old friends can wake up and just type it in on their phone and see it while they're laying in bed in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And that's the difference.
Yep.
That is literally the difference.
I mean, my reason's not even that. It's just other kids are dickheads. So I'm not subjecting my kids to what other kids say and all that stuff. It's a slippery slope.
100%. Well, that's a perfect segue, dude. Let's just go straight into the deep shit because fuck it. Technology and hunting and technology, and right now, like drones, cell cameras.
Imagine getting introduced to hunting right now
Yeah.
compared to how we were introduced.
So I watched a hunting video early today. Part of the stuff I have written down here is like the death of the hunting video, because a lot of us don't watch what we used to. I did watch a new hunting video today. It's a guy that kind of has a name in the industry. He started his own channel. He was an intern somewhere. You can do the math on that kind of thing. Suburb bucks. So he's hunting suburb bucks. The whole premise of the video, and I'm going to give it away by saying it, but that's all right. The premise of the video is he shot a buck on a property that's just covered with homeless drug addicts. So like he's hunting a homeless drug addict property, which automatically in our mind we know that that's somewhere inner city, Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, whatever. And then he's hunting this buck. He's obviously using some type of attractant to get this buck in. Shoots it on opening day. Shot is, I would call the shot like mediocre. It was low and back, but like still front. It was still front half, but just low front half and a little bit back. So, liver, possibly lungs, maybe like a little bit of, diaphragm, that kind of thing. But instantly in the tree stand, before he even like does anything, he's like, I'm going to call my buddy with the drone. Like, this is the way hunting is now. It's cell cameras, inner city. You're calling the drone regardless of shot. Like, how many people do we know call drones even if they know the deer is dead?
Everyone.
We know guys that are doing this.
A lot of them.
And it's, dude, I don't know. I'm just starting to have more of a problem with it than I did last year, the year before. Like the first time we all saw thermal drones, we're like, holy shit, that's cool as fuck. That's the coolest thing ever. That thing's fucking awesome. Then you go home laying in bed, you're like, well, we should have just flew over to this property real quick and see what was there. But then we'd know what buck was there in the field at night. And then it's like, wait, what am I doing? I'm just scouting from the air at night. Like,
but the problem is that happens.
Yeah. It happens.
You know what I mean?
The fact that we're contemplating doing it with our friends that have a drone means that the guys that actually have drones and are invested in this thing are doing it.
Yeah.
100%.
It happens. I mean, the whole deer analysis thing during season, bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. You don't care about your herd numbers. You care where the number one is, where the number two is.
Yeah.
These guys, if you have the tool, you're going to abuse it.
Yep.
And you won't be able to tell me otherwise.
I don't know. It's just, so I have a hard time believing, and I'm sure we're going to get comments on it. I have a hard time believing that if you're going to spend $20,000 on a drone and just have it in your truck, that you're only going to use it for scouts honor. I'm helping people find their dead deer. There's no way I'm just going to get a little bit curious and do a herd analysis. There's no way that I'm going to check the neighbor's bean fields after dark. I will not, fly in November when my shooter has been missing for 3 days. I will not try and find that 200-inch buck that I found from out of state. Like, I just have a hard time believing you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to put your hand on a Bible and tell me that you got this tool in your pocket. And everything I just said, by the way, is not illegal. Like, let's get that out there.
I was going to say,
it's legal to do all
in our state.
It is legal in Ohio to do all of those things. We could fly the drone right now, land it, boom, pick up our bow and run as fast as we can and pursue that deer. As long as the drone has landed, you're no longer pursuing via drone. I don't know. I just have a hard time with it.
Technology is slowly sucking the fun out of hunting.
Yeah.
That's why I've recessed over the years. So, like, I got 20 cell cameras. I have 4 in the woods. Three are dead.
Yeah.
And 1 I put out last week. And it's like, I get...
The rest are rotting on your garage shelf.
Yeah. Or still in the woods from last year.
Yeah, there's one. You showed us your picture of your, like, app to be funny. One's on the ground.
Yeah.
If that thing's fucked.
It just like...
There was leaves. You posted a picture of laying in the leaves.
Yeah. The technology makes it less desirable. Like, granted, it was like dive in head first with it. And now it's just like, I don't know. It's just slowly turning me off to it.
Well, I think holy shit, we're getting fucked by flies here, guys. If you're watching the YouTube video, I apologize for all the flailing we're doing because, like, there's just flies fucking everywhere.
90 degrees and covered in flies.
But I'm a perfect example. So I killed Traveler in 2019. I was running 2 cell cameras. I killed Massey in 2020. I was running like 4 cell cameras. Dad's Buck 2021, I was up to probably about 6 or 8, maybe 10. And if you don't remember, I had like 3 cell camera pictures of Dad's buck before I killed him, maybe even 2. Like I was not able to find him during the season, and I killed him during gun season. It was my first encounter. Cell cameras did me nothing to find that deer. 2022,
Second encounter.
Yeah, 2022, 2023, 2024, we're running 30 cell cameras, and the number, like our encounters and my hunting has gone down, and I do think that it's influenced me in a negative light, because we were killing better deer back before I was using cell cameras heavy. Just because it was the intel of, okay, we know he likes to hit this scrape at this time of year, so I'm going to spend a week hunting this area. And then you kill a deer, as opposed to, well, he hasn't been on that scrape, so I'm not going to hunt there. And we got a midnight picture of him over here, so we're going to hunt over here. And then he shows, like you're doing the dance where you're just chasing.
You know what I wouldn't mind? I wouldn't mind having the cell cams out all summer, see what we have. September rolls around, turn them off.
It's like telling me not to drink beer for a month.
No, I think cell
I could do it, but I don't want to.
What I like about cell cameras is how easy it is to see, get the picture, save it in your phone, and then the next year, historically, you're able to just scroll through your phone, because I don't even check my SD cards. You do. So it's like the only pictures I have on my phone are from my cell cam. So like I think historical data from the cell cams, or any camera, it's just easier for me to save, is more valuable than the current data you get from a cell cam.
I don't disagree with that at all. Obviously that has come to bite me in the ass, but at the same time, it's also been like fucking perfect. That deer shows up exactly when he's supposed to, game on. There's also been like, where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is he? Why isn't he here? We had him on camera last year at this time. Fuck, he's late. Is he dead? Where's he at? It starts that whole train of thought, but you got to take the good and the bad.
Yeah.
It'd be fun, Ethan, to do that for a year. To say like October 1st, let's turn them off until November 1st, a month without trail cameras. But it's like I said, like a beer and like a drug. Like, do you think we're really going to be able to do that? Or even better yet, if we would just put the cameras places out of state or far away, take them all, like have them out, but like have them all in West Virginia, have them all down at the Gore.
So last year, you hung my cell cameras on scrapes and wherever. I don't even know where they were. They were at where I hunted.
Yeah.
And like they didn't show anything. They showed sledge one time, I think.
Well, no, I had sledge. I showed you sledge, beautiful videos of sledge.
At 5:12 in the afternoon.
5 o'clock in the afternoon, probably 107 yards from where you killed him on that scrape.
All right, so there was one instance of him.
We knew he
was there, but I was hunting that farm, and I was seeing completely different deer that
100%.
Weren't getting on cell camera.
Yeah,
correct.
I saw a mature buck, like 7 hunts in a row.
Yep.
Didn't have an opportunity at any of them. But none of those deer were on the cell cameras.
That's a fact.
Granted, 2 deer. There was just 2 cell cameras in 80 acres.
Yeah. So,
but
we weren't running. We were not
still,
running a ton of cells,
and I wasn't seeing the deer we were getting on cell camera, and I wasn't seeing my number 1 either.
Ironically, it's funny you say that, because that's beautiful. You're right. You had 7 hunts in a row with a mature buck, all of them deer that weren't on your cell cameras, but the way that we were running your cell cameras, the deer that I did have on cell camera was the one that you wanted to kill, that you weren't seeing, and that you did eventually kill. So like we were running cameras where that mature buck was spending his time, but all the other deer were not hitting those cams.
Yeah.
They were cruising that other field where we didn't have a camera, and you were seeing a different buck every day. We're watching that's Nick's on there. But in this video that we're watching right now in the background, all the deer that you were seeing were out there, but they weren't hitting that in the woods cell that was on a bedding.
So it's just one of those things where like you can't believe anything on a cell camera.
Well, so that whitetail research, this is the perfect time to bring this guy up. If you're on social media, YouTube, all that stuff, there's a new YouTube channel called Whitetail Research. It's this gentleman, I believe he's from Iowa. I'm not 100% sure. He decided to take a year off of hunting and fly his drone every single day or close to every single day on his family farm or family property or lease or whatever that he has, and do a year's worth of research on mature bucks via a drone, not hunt them, just spend time watching them from the air. And he's only released 2 videos, but in the second video, he talks about how, in the morning, this buck went 800 yards down these 3 or 4 ridges, and he followed him with the camera, and he was in daylight, and he was killable with the wind to his back, like, holy fucking shit. And he went by like 4 areas where there was trail cameras, but he never walked in front of the trail camera that was there. So this buck was there, and if you were just checking your cameras, you wouldn't know that he was there because he was never on the cameras. But he was daylight walking around.
In November, it's more important to hunt than look at your cameras.
100%.
Yeah,
in November, 100%.
That's why 50% of my trail cameras die in November, and I don't even
care.
Yeah. I don't even put batteries in them. It's all, you got to be in the woods and miss 170-inch buck.
Right there.
Fuck. I can't believe
Did you have that deer on camera a lot within a week?
Not
of
a
that
lot.
Before?
I saw
he
him.
did the lap.
That was the 4th time I saw him in 10 days.
Yeah.
When I missed him.
What about cameras, though? You have pictures of them.
Oh, I had pictures of him. Yeah.
It's like, fuck. I mean, I don't know. Like, you have these things you believe in life, right? And like Nick missing a buck on video, Nick missing a 170 on video when the hunt was so perfect is still like, to me, I'm still just kind of flabbergasted by it.
First ever archery miss. What a way to do it.
I mean, imagine the flip side if you would have killed that buck. For the audience, we're watching the video from last year. You can check it out, Ruckcation, Deer Camp Chronicles. Nick missed a 170 at 38 yards with his bow. It's just on video, and it's just sad. Very sad. But like,
no, what's sad is
it was so
at deer
perfect
afterwards.
It was so perfect the way it happened that day. We knew he was in the area. I actually went in early and like hung a bunch of pine, for lack of better terms, pine boughs up in the tree because we were kind of in a skinny tree. There was no leaves fucking left. The does already knew. The does had been picking us off in this tree, but like we had to hunt this field. Fucking had to with the wind we had and stuff. And yeah.
It affected Nick so much he switched bow companies.
Yeah, so I had that written down. And literally, it's written down right here.
He sold that fucking bow
Nick
to Isaac.
Sold his Matthews.
He bought a new bow.
Well, is this I gotta get my details correct because like a lot's happened since then. Is that the same bow that kept blowing up?
No.
So you had the bow that was blowing up.
The 29 was the one that blew up.
Okay.
That I destroyed twice. Then I got the 33. That was a good bow.
Killed a blizzard buck, killed a doe, and missed the 170.
Missed 170. Yep. And then,
You gotta go to work,
Dad. It might be work.
He said pre-podcast he doesn't know how to turn the volume up.
and then Isaac just put in the chat like, "Hey, I need a new bow," and I was just like, "Fuck it, I'll sell him mine." So then Isaac bought it. So then I went and shot a Matthews, intending to buy the new Lift X. I shot 2 arrows through it and was like, "Phew, it felt like it went backwards."
Yeah.
So I had the Traverse, and the Traverse is like the golden standard to me. And then I got into the Phase 4s. Phase 4s were not as good. And then I shot Lift X, and I was like, God, this feels like shit. And then I shot the RX9 Ultra, and I literally shot it the first time, and I looked at the guy, and I said, I hate that I like this bow so much, because I really didn't plan on buying a Hoyt. And then I shot the new Prime.
I was going to say, and you shot another bow.
The Prime was awesome, but
everyone likes those Primes.
It just looks horrendous.
It looks horrendous, but that bow shoots awesome. But I think what kind of deterred me from it was it drew so easy. But it was at 60 pounds, and it had, I think that has like 6 3/4 brace height. Maybe it's 6.5. I don't remember. But it drew so easy. It felt like a Matthews no cam.
Those are the days.
I ended up going back to a Hoyt.
I wonder if your poundage affects the quality of shot you're having with the bow.
Well, they say like you should only be drawing the 60-pound bows to feel like truly what the bow feels like. You start getting into the 70 and like, did you put the mods to do even crazy shit on yours yet or no?
Yeah, I have 75 pound.
Yeah, so you start getting into the heavier draws.
Yeah.
It takes away from the feel of the bow, obviously. Like you're just driving.
Yeah, and I had to get used to my bow a lot this summer because of that. I shot my bow great last year, and then I switched it up, and then I had to get used to it.
What I hated about the Matthews versus the way that they were going versus what my Traverse was, the draw is really hard. No, not really harsh, but it was really firm. And then the breakover into the valley was like dropping off a cliff. Like you're drawing that thing back, and it's like boom, drops in. And I didn't like that feeling. Mm-hmm. So and for some reason they still felt a little twitchy to me, but like that RX9 Ultra was like super smooth breaking over into the valley, super firm back wall, and I was like, okay, this is what it felt like my Traverse to me.
Yeah.
So
Why don't you just buy a Traverse? Why don't you just go back to a Traverse and say fuck it?
The worst thing I ever did was sell that bow.
Yeah, right.
You sold that to Grimm's stepson, correct?
Yeah, at a smoking deal.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a good thing.
Yeah, good
You
deal.
could probably find it in a
So I think-
VXR, which is like very similar.
Well, I
Gigs
think
are
so.
shorter.
I think what happened was Hoyt, and I'm not as Nick probably knows a little bit more about the bow industry than I do, but Hoyt for a while there was dominating, and then I feel like they kind of got cocky with their shit, and the other companies came in and just beat the fuck out of them, and everyone left Hoyt.
Well,
And then Hoyt realized it, so they went back towards not only comfortability, but they went back into like the social media industry and tried to grab up
yeah, like
working class bow hunters, and they tried to get
it's a
people again.
all of them do the same thing.
Yeah.
So they'll attack the speed, and then they'll realize that people get kind of turned off by what a speedboat feels like.
Yeah.
And then they'll gear back towards comfort. So like the Traverse was geared towards like a comfort bow, and now Matthews is trying to push the speed or get more speed out of the bow, and it's getting. They're kind of like that's what drove me away.
That's all everyone cares about now is speed. I mean, I fell into that trap of speed, and I'm like, I don't need to shoot 80 pounds with 80% let off. Like, it's pointless. I'm shooting 300 feet per second with 75 pounds.
Realistically, they're all shooting very close to each other, but Matthew is chasing the short limbs,
Brand new technology.
getting that speed there. But I don't know. I just didn't find the comfort that what made me fall in love with Matthews when I bought the Traverse. I felt like I was just fanboying by.
It's okay. Caleb can buy a new bow in 2 years.
No, I'm good.
Might be for sale after this year.
Listen, I'm good. What year is my bow?
It's like a 2000.
16.
I don't even know if it's that.
I think it's a 16.
Fuck, I don't know.
So it might be almost 10.
That's like 10 bows ago for me.
And the thing is, I go out here and shoot in the yard with these guys, and I'm on the chrono. I'm shooting as fast as Isaac.
Well,
Ethan are.
so that's
the thing.
That bow is when Hoyt started chasing speed out of those Element G3 or G2 or G3, whatever that is. That bow, you have to keep it pulled against the back wall or it will go.
Yeah.
Like
and how many times on video have you guys seen me like?
Yeah, you'll and that's what I hated about that bow. Like you couldn't relax when you're at draw because that thing had to be buried in the back wall or it would be taken off. So like my shed at home when I first got that thing, I would come to draw and relax, and I was still shooting index release, and I would just put my finger on that thing and be getting ready to pull a shot off, and that thing would start to take off and shoot a fucking arrow right through my shed.
Yeah, don't look at my shed because I also have about 25, maybe 50 holes in it from arrows that just don't right into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that I probably should invest and start to look at a new bow, but I miss, me being a cheap fuck. I've missed the window now because like how much you have in this RX-9?
Bare bow I think was 22 for the bare
See,
bow.
like a Matthews is going to be half that.
Oh no, Matthews is like 14 something.
The new lift X was
So
like 14. I paid 11
okay,
for
so
the lift.
800, 900 less.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. I feel like the Matthews grabs people. Like I bought my Matthews, a VXR when it was brand new because it was $900.
Yeah.
Compared to a Hoyt, which was 15 or 16.
Is that the bow you shot the last $2 with?
Yeah.
Never selling it.
I mean, probably not.
Why?
I might upgrade one day, but I gotta get a new string on it, and then it's good.
Yeah.
All these new bows shoot good. I tell you what impressed me the most was the Prime. Like I did not.
I mean, Prime's made some waves.
I did not expect that bow to shoot so good.
Yeah. You told me you almost bought it.
Like what felt weird because the grip is in the middle of the riser basically. So that felt weird. But damn, that thing it shot like effortlessly. Like a guy with a shoulder injury, that's the bow to shoot. That bow draws so unbelievably smooth. It's ridiculous.
Bunch of influencers shoot that bow. I think Bow Disciples shoots that bow. Which
The
is a huge
influencers
100K.
So
sub.
didn't Working Class Bowhunter leave Prime and go to Hoyt?
No, they were with
someone off.
They were with
Off-brand.
Not off-brand. They were with
just a smaller company.
They were with Elite.
Yeah, Elite
Was it
Archery.
Elite? Okay, yeah.
Elite,
And I think that's what Bobby Kennedy's with now is Elite.
I'm not.
He shoots something kind of off-brand.
We're using the term off-brand. That's probably not the right word.
No, it's.
I mean,
it's
Elite
not, it's
is
not
like
a disrespect to.
Well, Elite used
the
to be a
bows.
way bigger bow company than Matthews and Hoyt.
I remember
Right?
10 years ago, them Elites, like
They were like awesome.
people were buying them left and right, but man, them things would fucking fall apart.
I watched Spence. We watched Spencer's fall apart at a bow shoot.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
drew
yeah, was
back
it
and
Medina-
bolts fell out of it,
Medina
and the
County
string
Hunters?
fell off.
yeah,
Yeah. I do remember that.
And it was like 2 months old. But they were awesome fast shooting bows, and Elite used to be a
What's that
massive.
one bow? Shoots
in the
90 pounds.
company.
Golden Eagle, Black Eagle.
Well,
Onita's.
no, there was Golden Eagle, I believe it was. The bow nerds are going to get on us right here, but those were back in the day. Those were I think they were single cam, like 90-pound draw, the original heavy bows. When me and Nick started bow hunting, it was like PSE, Bear, Hoyt, or Matthews. Like that was pretty much it.
yeah.
And you never hear about PSE or Bear anymore. I know THP is still sponsored by Bear, and they have they're big on the budget bows, so like
Yeah.
$500, $600, $700.
They're big on the budget bow because Bear fucking fleece lines their pockets with money.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Did you watch? I know pre-podcast we talked about some hunting videos you watched, but did any of you guys watch the Ranch Fairy yet? The Ranch Fairy videos,
I
with the
hate
broadhead
no.
test.
No.
no.
Can we talk about that in
I
this
refuse.
podcast?
I would
Yeah,
slam my
Luke,
dick
we can
in a
literally
trunk
talk
door.
about. We've already
I-
talked about Conor McGregor with a 5-pound weight on his fucking
in the group
Crank.
chat,
yeah, like,
in the group chat, we
Fully
talked about
bricked.
this, and I said, anyone that shoots a fixed blade broadhead shouldn't have a hunting license. There's no
an application.
No,
Yes, there is.
no, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
There's no need to shoot a fixed blade broadhead. It is 2025, and we are engineering the greatest things in the world.
the guy that works in it. See the
Like a Schwacker broadhead.
CNC machinist over
A
here,
Schwacker broadhead.
laying
or
it down right now.
Anything like
guys.
that is the most
Luke,
efficient killing machine.
You're missing the point. The guys that aim for the shoulder
Oh
need
my
to
God.
feel better because they're shooting a single bevel broadhead.
The shoulder
So-
is this big.
so
The lungs are this big.
well, they got to have
Like-
something. So when they aim at the shoulder and it pegs that deer in the shoulder
bothers-
and he still runs away, they can say, "I don't know what happened."
I think
I don't know.
I think that single blade broadheads should be outlawed in
We got-
Midwestern states.
we
We
got-
should not let you shoot them.
This is a perfect time to start getting.
I hate
Luke comes on the podcast.
I
and
hate-
starts hot taking.
I-
fucking
Yeah.
everybody.
They're shooting mechanic.
a fixed blade broadhead's irresponsible for a hunter to shoot at a deer. It's not like
As much as I
you're-
love your passion,
you're
I'm
better-
not going to disagree with you.
your better option is a expandable broadhead that's more accurate and a better killing machine.
I will say that every
There's no
buck,
excuse.
every buck that's been killed with an arrow in this room by this group of people has been killed with an expandable broadhead,
I started with muzzies, 3 blades,
but not when you killed Hot Wheels, right?
no,
No, right? It was Rage.
it was a Rage 2
Yeah.
blade.
So like since we've been filming hunts, we've been diving deep into deer hunting and talking about it every day with our group chats and all the shit that Siman Brothers Outdoors has ever done. None of us have ever killed a buck with a fixed blade broadhead, except maybe
Isaac
I'd have
did.
to ask about
Isaac did.
Isaac out west,
Isaac shot one a long time ago.
but that was before we were doing what we were doing.
He didn't film it.
Yeah.
But it was a slick trick. I remember.
Which buck? The one that's
The
mounted in the
really
house?
small 8-point with the weird
Yeah,
tine, like the weird end. Like his first buck.
that was a great track drop.
Shot with a slick trick.
But the point being, all of our major bucks that we've killed, all the stories, all the videos, all this stuff, Split, Sledge, Hot Wheels, Blizzard buck, Ned, Traveler, Massey, name them all.
Don't forget him.
Yeah, whatever Ethan's. What do we call that buck?
The 1.5 year.
Tyke.
Yeah.
I thought he had a name.
Bent G2.
Yeah, whatever. All these deer were killed with mechanical broadheads out of a bow.
I just think
inside 40 yards.
Was there a junior at the end of that?
Probably. Yeah.
Christ.
I don't know.
Crossbow.
I had to get my ran off, but like a fixed blade broadhead is just irresponsible. You shouldn't buy them. You shouldn't buy them and you shouldn't hunt with them.
Well, I
about
do
for the
enjoy.
traditional
So,
guys?
like,
It's traditional is different, and at the same time, well, if we're talking about like traditional guys, like you shouldn't be hunting with a traditional bow.
Why? People are very effective. We know some people that are very effective with a traditional bow.
Yeah, they are effective shooting deer 7 yards over a corn pile with their traditional bow. Like it's stupid.
Fucking Luke came to start
It's
fire.
stupid.
oh shit,
No,
we are
I hate
here.
it. People are like, oh, you should, respect for the animal. I'm going to shoot him with my fucking stick. When you have the world's greatest engineering building these bows to kill deer
CNC
more
machinists
efficiently.
here.
Yeah.
Like fixed
Love
blade
it.
broadheads, compound bows.
Well, when you master the baiting, you have to add a stick and string
like I think
Make
it's
it hard.
to make it hard.
Yeah, I would.
like I think that
That's
like
how that works, Luke.
man, it tears me up because people are like, oh, you know, I made it really hard to kill this deer. I'm gonna take its life. I'm gonna make it really hard to do it, and like my percentage of fucking this up is great now. But I'm never gonna tell anyone if I don't.
I mean,
if I wound a deer, I'm not gonna tell anyone.
I mean, I
think it's so stupid.
I'm not saying I disagree, but with that logic, everybody should be going in the woods with crossbows.
It's different.
They could shoot 80 yards.
It's different.
No problem.
But that 80-yard shot lessens your chance of killing the deer as well.
Yeah, but you can shoot 20 yards with a crossbow, guarantee it.
We
Like
could
that
shoot-
buck.
We could shoot 20 yards with
Tyke,
bows and
Ben
guarantee it.
G2 Tyke up there.
If you can't shoot a compound bow 20 yards, you probably shouldn't be on it.
There's a lot that can't.
There's a lot more people that can't.
So
do
we
that.
have to. All right, let's
you got me all fired up now.
let's bring it back a bit. We gotta make sure that we. So like,
Luke just
holy
we
shit!
gotta Make sure we stomp out Luke's fire.
No. He can keep going with it, but like, there's a fine line between like, you know, if we're gonna try to like make it ethical in the deer, we should just be taking 450 Bushmasters in with, you know, semi-autos every time to make sure we just shoot them dead every time. You know, so like we have to like draw that line of like what is considered ethical for the deer, what's practical. You know, we got it's not not a black and white thing here.
I would like to think
I agree that
most guys that carry traditional equipment in the woods are to the point to where they're ready to be out there with it.
I would
say I
You're
would
right.
say there's more people that
You're right.
walk into the woods with either a compound or a crossbow for sure that aren't ready to shoot an animal than the traditional guys. Like I would say most traditional guys, they're just looking to do something different because they've killed so many fucking deer with a compound bow.
I do agree that the
That's
fixed, like, you're going to go out and buy a Muzzy 3-blade fixed blade broadhead, get it tuned up, shoot it at the deer, get mad when your blood trail is not good or your penetration is not great or your deflection's bad or your wind resistance is bad because it's a fixed blade, or maybe your bow is out of tune because you haven't shot in a couple weeks and you've been banging it off your tree stand. I do agree that that's something that could be taken out of the equation with just starting to use mechanicals, because all these guys that like to bitch about it are still shooting $2,200 brand new bows. Like your bow is capable of making that, you know, expandable broadhead do what it needs to do. The blades are gonna deploy. Like this whole like, oh, the blade didn't deploy one time on a YouTube video I saw. Like that's
wrong.
fucking
It's
bullshit.
wrong.
Try to take a broadhead,
doesn't.
and push it through a ham that you buy for Christmas, and let me know if it doesn't open. Like you're insane.
Well, and if the drones and the new dog fad hasn't taught us anything, a lot of people there's a lot of shit shots. I mean, we've made them, but it brings to light on Facebook when it's October 27th and you get on after your hunt.
Need a dog, need a drone, need
yeah,
a dog.
Yeah, dog closest to this county, drone. I need a drone.
How much is that because it's available now? People are making poor shots.
I think it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast. It started with kids whose dad said, fuck it, you don't need to go to judging today. You don't need to go to judging because you didn't finish your project. Fuck it. Fuck them. We're not even going to let them know that you're not coming. That has translated to every aspect of the outdoors. So like there's a lot of people that see, you know, they're out there with their, let's just say they buy their crossbow and they did sight it in and they got a decent stand. They put up in their backyard and they have their corn pile or whatever. Or even if it's more than that, they're hunting that property. The buck that they've been hunting or the deer they've seen on trail camera or the local legend, that deer comes out in the field at last light at 40 yards and you're holding that fucking Raven or that 10-point crossbow, they're shooting.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what. And then they're going to hit that deer, right? They're going to hit that deer and then there's going to be a blood trail. There's going to be this. They're calling for the drone because for lack of better terms, the people like us that are going to really put every effort into it and pass that deer at 32 yards, even though it's like, oh, fuck, I probably could. I'm going to pass it because it's not a great shot. There's just less and less of that going on in the woods these days. There is more and more slop. If you look at the numbers on the state website, crossbow kills account for more than half of all the deer killed in the state of Ohio.
I think it was 70%.
Yeah, so like 70% is like an astronomical number. And of course, we're not saying everyone that hunts with a crossbow is a fucking fat slob over a corn pile doing nothing, but
yeah, we are.
Nick might be.
You did it. I
But-
did it.
Yeah, it was the most miserable thing I ever did.
What I'm saying is, if there's going to be fat slobs or just people hunting a little bit unethically, taking some bad shots and doing this and doing that, calling for a drone because they're not quite sure, the fact that 70% of kills are with the crossbow shows us that a lot of those deer are probably also in that category as well.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like
So-
it's a numbers game.
so archery hunting used to be like the golf of hunting. Like
The
it was
elite.
about ethics.
Yeah.
You know, and when you watch all the people spew in over the last 10 years to the archery side, you know, there's less of the ethics.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to have more slop. And you would like to think that those bad situations people have, they would learn from it ultimately, you know, like if you go and shoot a buck and then you lose it, you don't feel like shit. That's kind of a problem, you know. But there's definitely the people that go out to shoot one. Oh, I can't find it. Spend 5 minutes looking for blood, and then next thing you know, next day they're back in the same spot, ready to shoot another one.
100%.
You know, we would tear our woods in half.
We have.
You know,
We
look at
literally fucking
ruined
Yeah.
hunting for the rest of the year.
ruined hunting for
a week.
weeks.
You know, trying to grid search and stuff. But
Zoo buck, this buck, like all these bucks.
yeah, zoo buck. Where'd that fucking deer die at?
In a ditch somewhere, I think.
You know,
What is missing ACL?
whenever you let me have our podcast about the rat buck, I'm also we can also talk about the zoo buck in that podcast because it was like the same area, same people, and like the fact that like last year I was flabbergasted that the deer that showed up and ran the zoo with his wounded leg was not the zoo buck. Like
That blew me the fuck away.
it was an unbelievable revelation for me because I like to pretend like I know a lot about deer, but like we all were in on this situation because he had a scar in the same place and he was doing the same things that the
Yeah.
zoo buck was doing, but he just wasn't the zoo buck.
That-
We found out it wasn't. It's unbelievable and I mean, I love it, but at the same time, it's like, holy shit.
That was.
It's just
I don't
crazy.
even know how to explain.
But we
that one.
put for the audience when we're talking about the effort, you know, Tyler 2 years ago wounded the zoo buck, a famous deer. His shed is right there. It's up there on the wall. You know, Nick put hundreds of hours into this deer. I put hours in this deer. I wasn't even hunting it. Tyler put hours in this deer. Everyone put hours in.
Well, Tyler put 3 hours in it.
He got his permission and he spent a little bit of money and he put 3 hours into the deer.
I can't-
and shot it.
And I literally took him hunting like a little kid. He was walking, carrying his crossbow. I got a blind, a chainsaw, and his chair, and my bow, going to set him up.
And he has him at 10 yards.
35 miles an hour winds. I set him up. I go up in the tree, and I'm like, I'm just eating the wind. And I was debating. I'm like, fuck, this is getting squirrely. I should go just jump in with Tyler. Nope.
You should have.
Should have, because I would have never let
He
him.
saw he saw the two most mature bucks on the farm that day.
Yep.
From the same spot.
Unbelievable.
We need to, we'll talk about it later. But like,
Yeah.
the intel we gathered from that hunt needs to be at least put into play a little bit.
What's crazy is nothing hit that
I know.
last year. Nothing.
Nothing.
Dead.
You're right.
Toast.
Well, the deer that hit it were all dead. One of them was linked. One of them
Well,
was,
because at that time they like bumped that deer out and he came back around. That's why.
no, I think
That deer walked by me and I could smell him because it was a north wind out of the northwest and I could smell the zoo buck work and I just couldn't see him. I could smell him, and then he popped out down below me and worked up to Tyler.
So here's what happened. The buck that showed up first, the we called him, what do we call him? Something 9.
I don't remember.
The one that he ended up dead.
Yeah.
Future 9, whatever, this big 9 point. Ended up getting fucking blasted by deer season gun drive people. That deer, I think, was probably bedded in the buck nest, 100%. He was in the buck nest doing his thing, and fucking zoo buck came down and popped up in there and bumped him out. So like zoo buck came in and basically claimed the buck nest, kicked him out. That deer went right down the path, hit the scrape, and walked out. And then 20 minutes later, the zoo buck just followed him because like the zoo buck almost made a beeline for that buck nest that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you smelled him. He went down in the food plot.
Yep.
up into the buck nest, kicked that 9-point out, said, fuck you, bitch.
Yep.
And then followed him out. And then Tyler.
Shot in the arse.
So Tyler, hit him with the crossbow. And then we wrecked the zoo that year looking for that deer. Just fucking wrecked it.
He came limping by and
no, I'd had you turned off so you can put it back on.
he came limping by in January.
There was once in November.
I had him on camera 3 weeks later. It was like every 3 weeks, and the last picture was January 12th.
Yeah. No,
and he was shed.
Yeah.
But his body looked healthy.
He did.
He looked stacked.
Besides his leg.
Besides his leg, but his body was like, he was stacked. Like he had weight on him.
That year, so this is before Blair was born. So like that spring, I think it was the spring Blair was born. So I fucking tore the zoo up looking for those sheds. I retraced the same steps like at least 5 times, even though I know that he had shed in January. And I literally crawled every inch of the zoo that year and still couldn't find him. Like, I have no idea. He obviously shed somewhere else, but like I put in more effort trying to find I just wanted him so bad because 50% of me thought, just like you did, 50% of me thought he's probably going to die just because of how bad the leg was. And then 50% of me was like, even if he does live, then this is the fucking Cinderella story. So like, we had to find these sheds. And I fucking crawled. I mean, for the audience, like legitimately probably put in 50 miles for those sheds and never found them. And then we hunted this year too and never found them. So like, they're obviously not there.
Yeah.
And if they are, they're somewhere that, they could be in the swamp or something, just somewhere behind some cattails we didn't see, but there's a chance he's alive, even though he didn't show up last year technically. Like, I don't know. I always think about Bill Winke. Every once in a while, he had a deer show up that was gone for years.
Yeah, but what
he was such a homebody.
He was a homebody. I mean, he got shot in the leg and was still hanging around. Like,
yeah,
it just, granted, he totally abandoned that area. Like he just stayed on the farm, just different area of the farm.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, he's fucking toast.
It's just sad because like
he's toast. Every buck over there is dead. Toast. Toastville.
Yeah, so we could talk about Nick. The main thing I want to talk about with you was you were down. Your shit's toast. Your farm is getting drilled for oil.
Yeah,
but you've decided to go all in this weekend. Hopefully, if you change your mind.
We're gonna since the properties are gonna get ripped to shreds. I'm just gonna rip it to shreds even more. And we're going to make a mega plot in a perfect pinch between 2 existing fields, bedding, and a swamp where we know they funnel through. Yeah. I mean, cameras prove that they're always
the biggest deer we've ever had on camera there, besides the one, have all been in that little section. We've got Zoo Buck, the one that was killed across the street. All these deer over the time have been in that section.
They've all used it. So we're just going to go in and make it happen so that way we're set up for next year,
As long as
the spring's been too wet, and I've been way too fucking busy to even monkey with it. So now we're just gonna do it.
If you can make that thing about 2 acres, 2.5, you can. Fuck, you might get that mini in there and just start going crazy. It could be.
It's gonna be big.
It could be big. The key is to get it so that we can just keep it mowed down. Because I think in the spring we will always be fighting the wetness and the cattails, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But if we can get that mowed down, get some clover established, I was thinking about this too. You're gonna have to use a mini to try to make drainage happen. So you got to find a way to drain that.
I looked at that in the spring.
Find somewhere on the low side, dig a little pond, and dig some ditches so that it can like drain down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a project. But
once it happens, let's just fast forward to like next year. Say maybe they're done doing the well drilling and get good food plot established. Like those October nights in that funnel, low, like all the points coming to dude.
I'm more
dream about this.
I'm more excited for like November mornings, late November mornings. The thermal's rising out of there.
You've never really hunted that area in November. Hell, we never really hunted that area at all, actually.
No, because there's
not a lot of trees.
The trees kill it. 2, they bed so close to the edges there on those little knobs, and they feel so secure doing it because it's so thick in that bottom. So they'll just you try and access it, you're just running deer everywhere. Yeah. So it's better off just to leave it be at this point. Yeah. But my thoughts are right now, if like it will be the perfect place to be on an east wind, sitting up on like the north side corner of that. Yep. Because everything with an east wind will just be cruising that pinch in there.
Topography is going to help you forever in there.
Yeah.
Like the way you're going to have a stand on the northwest and then the southeast. Yeah. Or blind or radix or redneck, whatever you put in there. You're going to have at least two. It wasn't last year, but the year. Well, actually, maybe it was last. Was it last year that we had like a Browning in there? Yeah. Just on the north side. And like there was bucks that you never had anywhere else. Shooter bucks that were not on any of the other zoo cams.
What's crazy is
we're crossing through there in daylight.
That's the one chunk that always gets the random bucks. Yeah. Like there's been 3 in the recent years of like shooter bucks that they
remember Hurricane?
I remember that.
Hurricane was I don't know, 175 typical, just fucking
most mass you ever seen.
Most mass you've ever seen in your life. We call him Hurricane because he daylighted on the day that we all decided we wanted to go to a Luke Combs concert and didn't hunt, and he was just daylight as fuck.
I shot Ned, and he daylighted like 3 days afterwards for 5 days straight.
Yep, he was massive. So and he got killed over a mile away.
He got killed, and like it was a non-cell camera, so he was killed before you even checked that non-cell camera.
It was beautiful. It was so fucking beautiful because we had a cell camera right here, and 20 yards away was the non-cell. Yeah. And he was on it 5 fucking times in daylight in the non-cell, and he never
all gun season week.
He never hit that fucking cell.
And then he was
fucking wild.
He was dead before you even checked the camera.
Yes, correct.
So you checked the camera, and the deer was already dead.
He would have been the biggest deer anyone in this room's. Well,
no, he wouldn't have been.
He's the second biggest deer anyone in this room ever have killed. Like, he was fucking beautiful. It was amazing.
Massive.
Ethan's going to get mad. I'm just going to talk about it just briefly. We've decided to venture outside.
I don't think we should talk about it.
No.
I don't think we should talk about it.
He's like a pop can. You shake it and just waiting to pop.
We've decided to venture outside of like the family farm realm and get some permission pieces. And there's some cool things happening on permission pieces. And we're going to have a fun time this fall hunting new ground, new deer, new areas that aren't the stuff that this whole entire wall behind us is 20 years of SBO. We're venturing away from this fall, and like it's going to be fun. And Ethan's
really cool.
Ethan has spearheaded this. He's gotten permission pieces close to like Nick's farms. He's gotten permission pieces outside of that. Ethan's done a lot of legwork, and we're starting to see non-SBO deer, and it's just fun, and it's going to be exciting to hunt them. Is where I was
because I know
it makes me want to go and get permission somewhere.
Well,
like 20 or 30 minutes away, deer that we don't have here.
We've tried it, and it's always, even if we do get permission, it's always ended up kind of negative. Other people, or
it's hard, And then you get to the point where you're kicking someone else off.
That's the point.
And that's like.
But what I'm bringing up is Ethan's been able to go out and get some of these farms, and we've started to run some trail cameras, and like,
how do you think they say yes? Do you think they feel bad for him?
For me? No.
Hi, can I please hunt your farm?
Here's the cold hard fucking truth. This is the honest to God Caleb Siman fucking 5 beers deep fucking truth. I really only care about killing a good buck on my home farm. So like I could have a chance at some of these bucks, like these permission pieces Ethan are getting, or I could go hunt Luke's house, or I could go to Isaac's lot, or I could go to fucking up in my permission farm I have up north, and there could be good bucks doing good buck things. And like, it just doesn't excite me as much, even though they're bigger than maybe the deer I'm hunting here, or maybe they're bigger than the deer I've killed, or same-ish size, or all these different things. Like, I don't know. I just want to write my fucking story right here. I want to fucking drag it into here from where I kill them and just fucking, like, I don't care that much about killing a deer somewhere else. And that's my fatal flaw. Obviously it's known.
Yeah. Like
it's known that it's my fatal flaw, but like,
I don't care.
I just don't give a fuck.
I do not care about a deer that
you have access to a possible We don't know how big he is yet, and I probably will go deploy some cameras in the area where Paddles was, because like that deer might be like, we don't know because we haven't seen him yet, but like fuck, that deer could be 200 inches this year. Yeah. He could be 200 inches.
But I don't even know if that would get me that excited.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like like I look at it this way: if it's not my playground, I don't give a fuck. It's not on my ball field,
right?
I don't really care.
It's like seeing a girl on Instagram, like some model on Instagram, like, oh yeah, she's hot, but like, fuck it, like,
yeah,
she doesn't live in Chatham. So
I mean, you had a 161 last year that you knew where he slept, you knew where he ate, and you knew everything about him, and you didn't go kill him.
Who?
Megatron.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Literally
didn't excite you.
Me and Nick could have, if we really wanted to, and it meant that much to us, we could have went in and shot and hunted him. Mm-hmm. It would have caused a little bit of drama, but like we could have got over it. But like it wasn't worth it to me. It wasn't worth it to Nick because he never sat. It wasn't worth it to me. I never sat, and Tyler never even sat either. And he could have done it. It's like,
and we're not discrediting the deer. The deer is amazing.
No,
awesome deer.
The story is fucking great too.
Yeah, you moved the deer location over to where I hunt. I'm hunting the deer.
If he would have showed up here, I would have been like 1,000. I would have been pegged.
You would have been like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, with a 5-pound weight on my dick.
Except for like 4 inches shorter and half the girth.
It works though. How many kids does Conor McGregor have?
Well, I don't know. Probably 30.
You can Google that. Probably a bunch.
Probably 30.
Facts. But you're right. It's all proximity. Like you had a deer. Was it 2 years ago? That deer, the one that we got in when I made the food plot down there, where we're talking about expanding the food plot. You had a good 170, high 160s, mid 170s buck show up in daylight. But like, could we have expanded our operation to the east and try to kill him? Probably. But did we want to kill him where you were hunting?
No,
exactly. You know,
or ironically, the night he showed up there in daylight, I was driving
to the bow shop
to Premier to buy a new bow to replace.
Luke offered you his bow that night. That deer showed up.
Yeah,
because your bow blew up on a decent buck. You threw back on a decent buck.
Thank God it happened.
The deer that
that deer.
No, it got killed drone night. This is the one we recovered drone night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The neighbor to the zoo.
Okay. Yeah.
We went and recovered it.
Yeah,
it's a good story all in all.
It actually worked out way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
you're like, God told you, like, apart. Fuck no, because he was only 3 years old.
Well, he came out. He's got fucking tines everywhere. I'm like,
tines everywhere.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm like, he came out in the field. I'm like, 3 weeks ago I said he's 3, but he looks 4, and I'm like, fuck it.
I like that term. I'm gonna use that this year.
He
looks 4.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he was the perfect example of like. Just like Paddles last year. He's a perfect example. Like, fuck. Like, this deer has 19 scoreable points.
Yeah.
And he scores, I don't know, let's just say 139, 141. So, like, picture that. Like, shit everywhere, but he's not fully mad. It's like, yep. Bow blows up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You got your answer.
You would have thought I would have learned over that.
Right.
You know, but.
Yeah, I mean, you had to do what you had to do.
And Caleb was in West Virginia, I believe, when that happened. He wasn't even in town, didn't have cell phone service when your bow blew up.
No, I didn't. So when your bow blew up, the only way I knew about it was when I had to climb to the top of the mountain to hunt in the morning.
It's nothing impressive. It's just Luke's farm.
And I got all the when we're in West Virginia. Well, now it's a little bit different because Matt bought a Starlink. Thank God. But like before that, the only service we had was at the very, very top of the mountain. West Virginia's gun season is a week before Ohio's, and we always went down and bow hunted a couple of days prior to that. So we would leave like peak ultimate mature buck rut. So we would leave like November 17th and come back November 25th. So like I would leave on November 17th, and Nick and Luke and Ethan and Kasich and all these guys that are our buddies, Dylan, and plus all the locals that I don't want to shoot my deer, they're all hunting hard. And then I'd like not have cell phone service for 3 days because we're down at the cabin just getting drunk and fucking off. And then like Monday morning would happen. So we'd climb up, I'd get in my tree stand at, 45 minutes before light, and I'd pull my cell phone out and have like 10,500 fucking messages. And I had to like go through that and the cell camera pictures and the Instagram, just all the bullshit. And like that year, I'm like weeding through all the information, trying to be discreet while I'm hunting, and then Nick's like, I'm fucking trying to, like, he's out in the field, and then like fucking bow blew up, and he's sending cell camera pictures of him walking back with his bow. It's just like,
Dragging behind him.
So what?
it was an unbelievable experience. You just had to be there.
What's funny is the night before that happened, it was like one of the top 5 November nights you can think of, where it's like 38 degrees and it's bluebird skies, my kind of day.
Nick likes
and
bluebird
temps
sky.
are dropping off
Ethan,
a
is that
cliff.
camera still recording or is it dead? Check it for me, please.
The temps were dropping off a cliff, and it's 4 o'clock, and my phone rings. Bring, get called into work. And then I leave, and every buck on the farm shows up there in daylight, and I'm at fucking work.
Yeah.
What happened to that fucking buck?
He should, so audience listening, obviously watching videos from years past. This is the Blizzard Buck episode where Nick killed his 153 or whatever it was. We call that the Young 10. He showed up last year and he just wasn't that impressive, and he was on camera a good bit.
Yeah.
But he wasn't that impressive.
I'm pretty sure I passed him like
he
when
could
I was
he could show up
hunting.
this year and be stupid for all we know. He's not the one you found the shed from either. He's like a different 10, but I don't know what happens, but
What bullshit.
Yeah.
This year's gonna be miserable.
you say that, but I don't believe it.
It's gonna be fucking bad.
I don't believe it.
So bad.
Like the SBO side, like our side,
Your side's gonna be good.
Our Simon side is like trending up.
It's the best it's been in 5 years.
I would agree with that. Since 2021.
Yeah.
So 4 years, it's the best year we've had since 2021. I don't believe that your stuff's gonna be as bad as you think it is. Obviously, you only have one cell camera right now, so like things can change. Yeah. But there's a lot that could happen.
Oh well. We'll see what happens.
Before we wrap it up, I guess we can get in a little segment of like major gear changes. If anyone has anything happening, because we're not going to get Nick back on probably until season kicks in, and all our podcasts are probably scheduled out pretty much until season. So like camo wise, bag wise, gear wise, is there anything you guys are looking at to make a big change with? Because like I'll be honest with you, my trophy line backpack's getting chucked.
I'm going to tell you.
I got to find something.
I'm going to tell you what to buy.
I know you keep talking about your
duck
duck hunting bag.
I've talked about it 100 times in the group chat, and no one has bought one to try it.
Does it have like backpack straps?
Yeah, it's a Benelli backpack for duck hunting. It's foam, like lined for like all your duck hunting stuff, but like it opens up, huge pocket. There's a divider in the center.
Can I buy one in a solid color?
No, they're discontinued. You have to buy them on like it's hard to buy.
Great, thank you for the information.
You can buy them.
I will
You can
scour eBay.
Yeah.
For
You can
A
still
12-year-old backpack.
you can still buy them new,
Okay.
but you have to find them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like
They never came in
the
a solid
perfect
color.
for self-filming. It's the best thing I've ever used.
What about
That is-
carrying stuff in sticks and platform?
In Indiana,
I'm not as worried about
we
that
used
because
it.
I'll just carabiner my shit if I have to. Like I'll put my stand on my back with straps and then carabiner my backpack to it. Like I don't like the backpack. I don't like the bags that integrate the stand and the sticks because like it takes away from your everyday use.
Well, we don't hunt it. We don't hunt like that all the time.
No. Maybe the only time we're going to do that this year is if we go to Indiana, and like none of us even know if we're going to do that. I would like to. It's possible, but like it just depends on what's happening in November.
I got to kill a buck here first.
That's what I'm saying.
before
Like,
I go.
I'm not going to leave at this point with like the way my seasons have been going and our hunting. Like
How have your seasons been going?
bad.
There's no point. In
Bad.
leaving, there's no point in
Been
leaving.
bad. I'm washed
140s.
up. I'm a has been. We fucking.
No point in leaving 140s to kill to see 120s. Like there's
I agree, but if there's, I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
deer camp is fun though.
It is fun.
Deer
And
camp is
and if
it's a
there's
different level
not
of
the
fun.
caliber of deer at the home farm that we're excited about, maybe I will spend 4 or 5 days out there with those guys in Indiana. But if there is caliber of deer here, we have to be right and do.
We
right.
have to kill the deer here.
Kill the deer here. Well, with some of these new farms and our permission pieces and stuff, like it gives us options to do some stuff that's different than years past.
That reminds me that I have like a permission piece that I have done nothing to yet.
Nothing.
In a southern county.
Yeah. Is
That like
honey
could
there?
be super cool.
Is Honey there?
Dude, no, he's not. But he
He could be.
There's another.
Do you
there's
guys
ano-
realize
okay,
how much fucking shit I'm gonna catch from Matt after this podcast?
I want Matt to kill him. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
I want to see.
It would be cool, but Matt.
I just want to see the
Matt's
deer.
not. So here's the thing that like got us worked up about it is he didn't even try to hunt him last year, and he says he can't really hunt him this year, but he won't come off a picture.
I hope all of my friends kill big deer.
Yeah, I want everyone to kill big deer. Killing a big deer is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially a deer of that caliber.
This was an ultimate test
awesome.
of our friendship right here. You know that?
Listen, I was not wrong, and thank God you aimed where you did.
Missed.
Like my eyesight's bad, but I knew it was the right deer. Fuck, what a moment. For the audience, we're watching Blizzard Buck. We've gone through 3 videos.
The aesthetics of the woods that night couldn't be beat.
It's crazy that all these videos involve Nick.
Which is weird because I only put the first one on because of Nick, and then the rest just.
His name must be on an SEO trigger or something like that.
Oh.
What a night. Snow falling.
And it wasn't
so much different than right now as we sit here.
Yeah.
1,000 degrees.
I can see like the humidity coming off the beans over there or the weeds because they never got planted. But either way,
I love it. I can't wait for this fall. I don't know. Every year it's a new year, and every year we're excited. Every year we have this. Every year we have that. But like this fall actually has a chance to be our best. It does.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm on a new schedule.
Ethan's going to have full access to the fireman hunting schedule.
Ethan has been doing so many deer hunting things already.
I love it. Well, he's making up for 6 years at Japan.
Yeah, I think they influenced him a little bit. Give him a little motivation.
Yeah. When I left, the cell cams weren't a thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you left a time before cell
cameras. When you
cameras.
came home, cell cams were still in their infancy.
There's tacticams and
You came back skinny
as fuck.
We were watching videos from the beach and stuff of you. Me and Lindsay were the other night. You were so skinny when you came back. If anyone knows Ethan Siman, he's the biggest man I've ever seen in my life. He's fucking huge. You were up to what, 270?
250.
Did you hit?
I hit 270. Went back to 250.
We're gonna teach him jiu-jitsu. Then
if you learn jiu-jitsu, like you could just
The easiest way to picture Ethan is the guy from Happy Gilmore. And Shooter McGavin's ball lands on his foot. That's the easiest way to describe him.
He has a nail sticking out his head. Right?
I'll be seeing you in the parking lot. Amazing. Well,
let's fucking wrap it up.
Yeah, we're an hour and 15 in. Do you guys have any last fucking thoughts? We covered everything in my notes. Except for hunting content.
The next time I'm on a podcast, I want to go over this.
Your philosophy?
No, the edge
hunting.
Edge hunting.
Ooh, edge hunting.
That's such a fun one. And I wish the next time I'm on a podcast, Nick has to be here because we have the same thoughts.
Why? Do you want to talk about it right now?
Might as well. We're drinking beer. Sitting in
Listen,
the shop.
I want to hunt a deer.
Luke, you already talk shit on everyone who hunts with a trad bow and everyone that hunts with a fixed
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Nick's right. Nick's right. The people that hunt with trad bows, the motherfuckers have killed some big fucking deer.
Backtrack.
And they're allowed to hunt with trad bows. And I think
backtrack. Yeah.
And I think that they're allowed to. And maybe they're not doing bad things. So like Nick,
whoever got mad about this isn't listening now.
No, I know.
They motherfucked Luke and turn it off.
That's the best part. So, the trad bow, yeah, whatever. That's cool. The fixed blade broadhead, though, fuck you. I don't care. No one should be shooting a fixed blade broadhead out of a compound bow.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I'll take a hard stance to agree.
Bought a compound bow.
I will say, along with what Luke's saying about it, most people that are buying them because they think it's the right thing to do don't have the fucking competency to set their bow up to be able to effectively shoot a fixed blade.
I know that because I can't do that.
So
I wouldn't be able to shote a fixed blade broadhead out of a bow.
They do want to just blast shoulder. Like you're right about that. Like it's
for
the shoulder.
It's psychological. They I gotta have 600 grain arrow, gotta have fixed blade, and then as soon as they go to draw, they're like, there it is, money, bing, and that thing goes in 2 inches, and then they watch that thing stiff as fuck hanging out of their shoulder, running away, and they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" It's a psychological thing because they think about that shoulder so much that
they watch these guys blast them through elk, and they're like, "Oh well, then they could take care of a whitetail, no problem." And that whitetail's at 32 yards, and they're like, "I'm the greatest hunter in the world." Dunk! And like the arrow's like,
I hate it.
And that deer ducks and gets back up and he gets punched, on the reaction, and then like they're calling
That deer right there.
Here we are calling
That deer
drones
right
and
there
doing
got
the whole
shot.
9
All right,
yards.
let's talk about
your
edge
arrows. Your arrows going 261 feet per second.
Yeah. Let's talk about edge hunting.
Nick and Luke are the kings of it, and I am the fucking the worst.
You're the worst.
The worst, and I will acknowledge that. And going forward,
So there's a time and place, and every property is different. When you can barrel into the center, guys get rock hard. They think rut's here. Bury ourselves in the center.
Always too early. I'll admit it.
Oh yeah,
it's always too. November 2nd, November 3rd,
October 28th.
It's too early.
Thinking you got a barrel in there, but edge hunting. And I used to be a believer in hunt the woods. I used to not even have a stand on a field edge.
Right.
When I started hunting that property, every stand was in the woods. And you know what I saw? Young bucks,
rock
does.
stand, bucket stand, oak
and
stand,
then
grim stand, rod stand.
When I started hunting
all in
there,
the woods.
When my first stand in there was back, you go through the first field, other side of the creek, up on the flat, on the back edge of the swamp. So
oak flat,
and it's like every time you push in there, you kick up 3 deer, and those 3 deer go and pick up 3 more.
Right.
And now the whole woods knows you're back there. So like if you can effectively find the right edge, interior or exterior edge, good access, hunt it with a solid wind, and not all edges are good. Like the edges I have over there are money
because they're still 200-300 yards deep, maybe 400.
I mean, I have good edges too.
Deep edges.
Yeah. You get way back on those edges.
Because you have good fingers.
Yeah, and I can hunt them religiously.
Yeah.
But my access is so good that once the hunting is hot, it's like the deer don't even know you're there.
Yeah. Except for those matriarch does that are cunts. Fucking
yeah. Fuck those does.
I used to be the king of getting blown at by does.
You were the best.
Because I was hunting inside the woods.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Then we started hunting all the edge.
Yeah.
Well, like how many times, like if you're in a high deer density place, you go in the interior and then you watch that deer cut your track, and then it's like, holy shit, he's following me right to my tree. And then they get to the point where they're like 37 yards and they're just like, rump. And you're like, fuck. How'd you know?
Well, you're always like in your head, you're always thinking like, well, maybe he smells this, maybe he smells. He's not actually picking up and then he's like looking literally at the stand.
Yeah.
He's just like stomping his foot.
I am a firm believer hunting effective edges with edgy winds.
Yeah.
And I do 0% control. Like
no,
I do
none of us do.
We have gone so far away from that.
None of us, not a single person sitting in
this
this room do anything.
My gear didn't even get washed last year from the year prior.
No.
And it's like I have no shortage of encounters.
No.
Put yourself in the right situation. Stop barreling through your woods because you think it's right. Granted, there are good spots deep in the timber. I'm not saying that. But you have to have the right property that allows that for the access wise. Your access is everything. So if you don't have, like my property, 300 acres, I do not have a good access, really. I have one, which would be from the north, to get deep into the timber. But when I stopped going into the interior so much, the hunting quality exploded.
It just increases the entire area that the deer never encounter a human.
Yeah.
The more area that the deer do not encounter a human, the more daily activity you're going to get.
Yep.
Because it only takes one time for that deer to smell you during a midday late. He's in his bed. He's planning on getting up at 5 p.m. or whenever the thermal shift. And at 3:45, he smells you come in. It only takes one time for that to happen to where now he's going to like pay attention for it.
Yeah.
He's going to bed in relation to like, well, that asshole, like 2 days ago, that asshole just walked down that line smelling like Copenhagen mint and Bush Light and 2 years worth of blood on his fucking clothes. And he's just going to know.
Which maybe I'm not a bold hunter. And
I like it.
I don't
1 hour, 20 minutes.
I don't dive deep. But what do you do when it don't work? What do you do then?
Right.
You dive in there, you fuck
see nothing all October and November like me.
You want to be the bold hunter and it don't work. Next thing you know, you're throwing corn on the ground in January to shoot your buck.
Yep. That's a fact.
It was me last year.
Ethan tried it. So like last year with Ethan, we, with just the way work schedules and everything worked out, like Ethan had the time. So like he's the one that got to hunt deep in October, like the second half of October towards Halloween and early November. Ethan got the deep sits, and we just got lucky enough to know that our trail cameras showed the mature bucks wind bumping and pissing off during it. And it sucked to see it happen, but it was like we learned from it. You know, we got to learn watching Jaws just literally 3:00 in the afternoon. Just Ethan's going in, boom, gone.
Stand up and walk away.
Twice. Fucking twice. Like it was good to see it, but like it's a mental note that like,
yeah,
let's not do that again.
That night when he was bedding there, he could have been walking the interior edge up there by where you killed Massey.
Yep.
Circling downwind of that.
If we would have stayed out and let him naturally get up and move, it would have changed it. It could have changed everything, but it didn't. But you're right. It's just,
which if you have 3 days to hunt, you're barreling in there. I'm talking when like in a certain area, you got 3 to 5 days, barrel in there, put your cards on the table. But when you got a season like we do in our home state in our backyard,
yep,
don't throw all your chips on the table because you think it's right. I mean, it's gotta. If it don't work, you're gonna fuck yourself.
I do think that, you know, obviously I'm a little bit more aggressive than Nick, and Nick's results probably show that. But seriously, I do think that if you want to do that kind of hunting, if you want to dive in and hunt the oak flat, the deep woods, the rub line, the fucking scrape line, and that's 2 ravines in off the field, I think we had to seriously consider going in early. We're notoriously bad for like, oh, I want to hunt mornings, but we're getting into the stand 40 minutes before daylight. Like if you want to hunt those spots, if you get in 2 hours before opening light, it makes a difference.
Well, I think
it cools your trail off so that if a buck does cross your entry trail, he's sniffing like, it's 2 hours old. I'm noting it, but also it's not fresh. It's not 21 minutes old. It's not 8 minutes old.
I think it's property dependent too.
Yeah.
Like Kasich kills all his deer deep in the woods. Mm-hmm. He's killed 2 in a field out of the last 7. Kills them all deep in the timber. His property allows him to get back there.
Yes.
Like my property does not allow me to get back there. I run more. I bump deer going in and coming out as soon as I go into the interior. So you can only do that so many times and before that area is spoiled. You know, like it's very, very property dependent. And some guys, that's all they got is to barrel in the woods.
Yes.
So I mean, you got to live with what you got, but it will affect the results depending on what the property is.
Luke has made it work 2 years in a row. So Luke, you wanted to bring this up. You wanted to talk about not edge hunting.
Yeah.
You're the one who has made it work. The way your property sits is perfect. You have 2 very large ag fields, a skinny river bottom, a skinny creek bottom that creates, for lack of better terms, a tomahawk with a big woods. If you stay out of that big woods and just hunt your field edges like you have the last 2 years, you've been able to take 2 mature bucks only hunting the edge and never diving in.
And the encounters I have
right
when I'm not shooting those bucks is insane.
Like you said, 7 hunts in a row, mature buck.
Yeah. Out of the same, not out of the same stand, but out of the same area.
Yeah.
Like they never got spoiled because I wasn't going into the woods.
I think a lot of people forget about like the scent trail, depending on wind, the cone that your scent is providing or giving off. If you go deep woods and you have a good stiff wind, yes, the spot that you're looking at, the area that you're hunting might be good. You're sitting there all day long. You're looking at the trail crossing. You're looking at the scrape, whatever. But your cone is going.
Oh yeah.
For
hundreds of acres.
8 hours, hundreds of acres. No. Yeah. Anything that crosses 200 yards behind you that you can't see is going to smell that and make a note of that.
Well,
this is deer hunting 101. So but at the same time, our audience is all private land hunters, guys that have their own farms, guys with deer camps, guys hunting their Mimas 40. It's relevant. We're not talking about 10,000 acres of public here.
Listen to all the stories where the guys say, yeah, he came up from behind me. Well, he came up from behind you because your stand wasn't in the best spot.
Yeah.
That's why he came from behind you. He came from behind you for a reason. So like you gotta put yourself in the situation where it's an edgy wind for the deer to approach, not the best deer wind for you. You know what I mean? You get put the wind in your favor, that deer is going to do the wind's going to be in the favor. If the deer comes from behind you, it's because the wind's in his fucking favor too, and then he's going to bust you.
Correct. 100%.
Like when I was hunting either spots that I had encounters with, my cone of scent was going into the field.
Yeah. And both times.
Like, and I planned on shooting the deer. Well, not when I shot my deer, but like the encounter section, I was going to plan on shooting the deer in the field. I just had to shoot them before they got my wind, but they were coming out of where my wind was.
I mean, our group always talks about with the, with these private land, small pieces of property, you had to hunt the edgy wind because you had to be ready to shoot the deer when he's about to smell you or right when he does smell you. Because if you, on paper, if you set up like, well, the trail is here and there's like 1 to 2 scrapes of my cell camera, I'm just going to hunt the downwind. It doesn't work that way. Like, that's not the way that life works. You're not going to have that. That deer's not just going to follow your script perfectly upwind of your tree, your tree stand. So you have to always kind of bank on the edge wind where he will. Yes. At one point, he's going to win you, but you have to be able to make your opportunity happen around that time.
Or
I mean, it's that simple.
You just have to set up to where that deer feels he has the advantage.
Right.
So you can set up off of that and pray he doesn't win you, but give him the advantage. What makes him feel safe? Now, like for Luke, he's setting up on that interior edge on that field. His wind's going on the field, but those bucks are bedding so close to that field, which that they're watching that. They're keeping full scan. So they're sitting there. They're like, oh, I got wide open field behind me. I'm gonna sit here facing this thick timber. And I'll just every once in a while just give a stretch and a glance and feel safe about it.
The perfect example that we can talk about with the group sitting here. Do you remember? I think it was 2 or 3 seasons ago. I think it might have been 3 seasons ago when the zoo. Me and you went in to hunt that field at your property for the zoo buck specifically, and we went to the back of the field. We had a wind cutting perfectly from the north over our left shoulders. We were double tree stand, all that shit. And we did end up having an encounter, and the zoo buck kind of did exactly what we wanted, but he was just a little bit too far into the field. But the other mature buck in the area, he was a 3-year-old, so he wasn't fully mature, but we ended up calling him Dropper 9. He was a big 8. At that time, he didn't have a drop time. He perfectly fucked us. He came on the downwind side of that field 30 yards in and got directly downwind of us, stopped, caught our wind, looked around, and then bolted. Like, he fucked us like math book, textbook. I'm going to do the downwind side of this field, and just he totally fucked us that night. Textbook. Nice. That's what we're talking about. That you're going to give that deer that margin of error, and you probably could have killed him. If he was a deer that you were trying to kill, you probably could have killed him, but he was alert to our presence the entire time he was in range.
Yep.
Like, and he just, the downwind side, and who knows how many bucks crossed 100 yards downwind that night. Now, the zoo buck did exactly what we wanted him to, but he was just like probably 25 to 40 yards too deep into the field.
No.
But I mean, that's the kind of game you play. You want the deer, you want the deer to do exactly what you think they're going to do, but chances are it's just a crapshoot. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
Hunting is luck.
Yeah.
You use what you learn to better your luck, but the deer showing up and being killable for you, that's the luck.
100%.
All right,
100%.
We're done.
Yeah, we're definitely toast. We're at 100. We're at an hour 30. It's after dark. Luke said he wanted to be gone half an hour ago.
Yeah, it's time to go home.
Do you have anything else you want to bitch about?
Until next time. We'll let them comment and then. Actually, the one.
No,
get it out.
No, get it out.
Nope. Nobody will get mad at this point. They're
no one's listening.
Done.
There's tens of listeners right now. Tens of listeners.
Say
what you want to say.
I got nothing else.
You had something.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I got nothing.
I saw it.
It's time to go to bed.
Go to bed.
Luke's in trouble.
I'll be on the podcast next week, maybe.
No, you won't.
That's a lie.
You won't be allowed to come back.
Next week, what are you doing Sunday?
Fair.
Do you want
camping?
You're not setting up?
I'm camping. Next Sunday, I'm camping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be setting up a fair. Yeah.
You're right. I'm gonna try to get the Wild Time Boys on when we're setting up on Sunday night so it can air Monday. That's a perfect time for it.
I want to find out if it was the Wild Time Boys turkey hunting.
It was not.
It was not?
You asked him?
We talked to him, yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Damn, you ready?
I'm ready.
Luke says it's time.